My government will continue to support the youth of our country, and I'm sure the government of St. Lucia will make the youth top priority. There have been many clubs throughout our country, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and I'm sure the same would stand here in St. Lucia. But the guidance aspect and also the consistency caused them to not last for a very long time. And I know the police, they like to charge and give quotes. So today I want to charge both the constabulary in St. Lucia, in St. Vincent, and all the other region, and all the other islands in the region, that we have to make sure that this movement continues. We have to make sure that this movement is one of the biggest movements in terms of youth and youth development across the region. Point blank. Now I don't want to speak for long because they said brief remarks. But there are a few things that I must highlight. And there are a few things that I must mention as well. Now, the St. Vincent contingent hails from different parts of the island. And in my constituency, so happened to be, we have two clubs. I didn't have any input in that. I don't know how they came about with the two, but we have two clubs. And from the get-go, as the minister with the responsibility for youth, I have been on board with this police youth camp, with this police youth club. And we have meetings after meetings leading up to this event. And there were a number of challenges, a lot of challenges. But in the back of my mind, I went back to when I was just attaining the age of about 15. One of the first trips I ever had outside of my country was because of sports. The first trip that I ever had was because of sports. And I'm sure that many of you here, this is your first time leaving the shores of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And what a way to do so, because you're in good hands. You're well protected because you have two police forces. You have St. Vincent and you have St. Lucia. And different to that, at the end of this camp, I know you're going to have some takeaways. There would be some exchanges, there would be some lessons learned that would become positive reinforcement when you get back to your country. So I don't want you to come here, wake up in the morning and just list quotes. I want when you get back to St. Vincent, you should share with mommy and you should share with daddy that I had such a wonderful time. I had such an awesome time in St. Lucia. And I must say, St. Lucia is a beautiful country. Beautiful country.
That's true.
And the hospitality thus far, I cannot complain. But in doing this, I have to give some thanks. The good book, the Bible says, in everything, we must give thanks. And I want to start firstly with thanking the government and the people of St. Lucia for accommodating us here in your lovely island. I want to thank the constabulary, especially the St. Lucia Constabulary, the St. Lucia Police Force, for seeing this event as a big part of youth development in their country and in our country as well. There's a gentleman here who brought brief remarks earlier. I call him Mr. Renault. We have to really say thank you, Mr. Renault. Because what is happening here, the logistics and everything, the coordination to make sure that the youngsters are comfortable, couldn't happen without you and your organization. And I want to give you kudos for that. And for you, the participants, because we all could come here, but we would not have a camp without you, the participants. And usually in my constituency, they don't call me Orlando, they call me Uncle Randy. Because Randy is my alias, my play name. And I know on the camp that you have some serious competition. I saw it yesterday in the cricket. I was here yesterday, I took in a bit of the cricket yesterday. And I know there's fierce competitiveness. And I want to pledge from me personally, that at the end of the camp, the winner of these competitions, they will get a grand prize. I'm not telling you what the grand prize is.
Hey.
But they will get a grand prize. And I'm sure that my dear friend Mr. Reno could at least support the second and the third.
The second and the third.
And the third. So now you have packages for first place, second place, and third place. And that is part of us giving back to you, the youth. So I want this to be a wonderful experience for you. I don't want this to just be another camp. But when you leave here, I want you to remember, like I remember Dominica when I used to run, and St. Lucia, I remember the places, and I want you to remember this. But I must say, also, very important, and we cannot be naive, that what you're doing here is part of the whole in combating crime and violence in our countries. And if you want to have a better St. Vincent, a better St. Lucia, whichever country it is, it starts with you, the youths of our countries. So you have a huge role to play in moving our country forward. And I know you came on camp on Sunday, but it is my solemn duty to officially declare the 2023 Regional Police Youth Camp open at this point, at this time. So again, enjoy and make sure that you take home lasting memories when you do leave the shores of St. Lucia. And my government will continue to support the youth of our country, and I'm sure the government of St. Lucia will make the youth top priority in their country as well. So God bless you and thank you.